So here we are going to discuss the poem Because I Could Not Stop for That by Emily Dickinson. So first let us know who Emily Dickinson is. Emily Dickinson, as is no more, that's why we have used was. Emily Dickinson was an American poet. Remember this, the nationality of the poet. Dickinson's younger sister, Lavinia, also lived at home, and she and Austen were intellectual companions of Dickinson during her lifetime. So, who were her intellectual companions? Lavinia, Dickinson's sister, and Austen. Dickinson's poetry was heavily influenced by the metaphysical poets of 17th century England, as well as her reading of the Book of Revelation and her upbringing in the Puritan New England town, which encouraged a Calvinist, orthodox, and conservative approach to Christianity. So, it is a poem Because I Could Not Stop for That by Emily Dickinson, which was composed around 1863. Here the speaker is female, we all know that. So the female speaker tells us how she was visited by Date, and Date is personified as a kindly gentleman and taken for a ride in his carriage. So the kindly gentleman takes the speaker for a ride in his carriage. Remember this. How is Date personified as a kindly gentleman who takes her for a ride in his carriage? The ride, how it appears to be, it appears to take the speaker past symbols of different stages of life before coming to a halt at what is most likely her own grave. Indeed, it seems she herself is already dead. So when she was going in his carriage, what happened? She saw her past life, the different stages of her life, and it seems that she herself is dead. When we read the poem, we feel that she is already dead. The poem can be read both as the anticipation of a heavenly Christian afterlife and as something altogether more bleak and down to earth, right? So, what is the message of the poem? Because I Could Not Stop for That is an exploration of both what the inevitability of that and the uncertainties that surround what happens when people actually die. So, it is date that is talked about in the poem, right? The poet is saying that why it is said that an exploration of both the inevitability of death and the uncertainties that surround what happens when people actually die. So that is something that is inevitable, right? So that is what the poet is trying to discuss throughout the poem. And when we read the poem, we feel like it is the afterlife of the poem. Maybe the poet has seen her deeds herself, and the poet begins the poem by saying, Because I could not stop for that, Date stopped for me. It means she has personified Date, she has imagined Date as a person, as a rider of her carriage, and she has taken us, like she has gone with the person who, with that kindly gentleman, she also has taken us to in that ride, right? We also have seen what she has seen because she has described each and everything what she has seen throughout the poem. Have you understood it? Do remember that is personified in the poem, and she has talked about the inevitability of death and the uncertainties that surround what happens when people actually die. Thank you very much.